People ask me all the time, why is my style of Haitian Vodou different from a lot of other people's style of Vodou? I would say location is one factor, and plus you have to take consideration that everybody practices Vodou different in what community they're from. I come from a Bitation. I don't come from a Peristyle like that, you know? My Bitation used to be a Peristyle, but when my grandfather passed away, it became more of a lineage thing, you know? It became more of an Elmera, you know what I'm saying? Lakuel, it became more of an Elmera thing, you know what I'm saying? So for us, we didn't really associate with too much people like that. Yeah, we'd have visitors, you know, Wugans come into the yard and, you know, help out with the ceremony and stuff, as my uncle was hosting it and stuff like that. But as far as the Port-au-Prince style, Port-au-Prince is more of like crase brise. It is on your feet, on the go. You know, it's very practical. When you're living in a place like Port-au-Prince, which is basically #1 dangerous capital of the Caribbean, what you got on you, whether it's your point, whether it's your ring, it better work. You know what I'm saying? It better work. There's no time to speculate. There is no time to assume. You know, Port-au-Prince is full of assassins, it's full of gangsters, it's full of all types of shit. So basically, you know, you got to know your shit out there. You know what I'm saying? Your God got to be on point. You know, again, there's no speculation. You know, and a lot of people are out there doing evil. So the evil that's there, whether it's poisons they're making, you know, it's like, you know, you got to know what the fuck you're doing. You know, it's like Port-au-Prince is a very dark city. If anything, I would put it like an extreme version of Chicago whatsoever. You know, you got to be on your toes, man. No lacking. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay attention to everything. You know, so when it comes down to this black magic shit, this magi shit, I mean, Haiti, like Port-au-Prince, I can speak for Port-au-Prince directly. It's different from Gonaïve, different from Okap, different from Latibonite. It is very urban. It is very modern. You find, you know, Port-au-Prince people are very different in the way they look, you know, the way they act, the way their mannerism is. It's very aggressive, you know, because that's the world that we live in, you know. People are not too friendly like that. And this is why a lot of people don't associate too much that's outside of Port-au-Prince with us, because they find us to be very aggressive, hostile people, you know. But when it comes down to the black magic aspect, I can just say this: we are really with the shits, because that's what it is. I mean, you saw my documentary, The Face of God, the first one that I did. You saw me doing part of the interview with a 9mm Beretta on my lap, you know. So when it boils down to Vodou, you know, it's like this. Port-au-Prince, you're gonna find it's a mixture of everything. You may find a Vodouiza that is like a 33-degree Mason. You know, I've had plenty of my uncles that were into Vodou. They did training, they did experiences with Goetia, you know, Masonry. So it's like, for me coming up, I had a different take from a whole bunch of people living in Port-au-Prince. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that separates. You find outside, the mountain people, the countryside people, they tend to be traditional, where per se the people in Port-au-Prince, we're more modern. We take everything into the consideration from various aspects, even from European occultism, you know. So you find a lot of people with a cross-trained perspective on magie, you know. So for me, it's like I can come from various angles. Yes, I'm familiar with Goetia. Yes, I'm familiar with Kabbalah. You know, I'm familiar with these things, and this is how it is in Port-au-Prince. You gotta be knowledgeable of various other things, you know, because it's just like, you can't just be like Vodou only. So your mind gotta be open to everything, you know, from jewelry down to, like, you know, from jewelry down to God, down to everything. You gotta be universal.